And yet another awesome, unique display of machinery here at the Ohio Valley Antique Machinery Show. And that's trains. I like trains. A lot of people do like trains. And what's really cool about these is I think they're model O or G. G for garden. There you go. I was close. Not. So that's really cool though, is that they're big. It's hard to tell by the scale in the video, but they are very large trains, and it takes a whole gaggle of people here to make these trains happen every year. They've been going now for quite a while. We haven't really pinpointed the year exactly, but it's been a while since that these trains have been here at the Ohio Valley Antique Machinery Show. So I guess number one, what is the maintenance that it takes to keep these trains going throughout the entire week?
It's really ongoing. Some run better than others. Some are temperamental. We try to switch it out throughout the day, throughout the week, run different ones. We have an enclosed trailer that we keep everything in. And
run them different directions too sometimes.
Yeah, flip it all around, and we got different people that donate stuff to run. And the track stays down for the year. And
so this track is here like all year long?
It stays up all year.
Right, yeah.
Everything has to be maintained when we get up here, the whole ground.
For sure. Yeah, even though there's gravel here, I imagine the weeds don't take over after a whole year.
We add gravel, we add mulch every year.
And for the folks out there who may not know a whole lot about model trains, at least the older model trains, the power comes from the rails themselves.
One of our biggest problems is getting the power connectors for each rail, because they fail because it's out here all year.
Right.
And so the loose connections, so we're continuously running around here trying to get the connections made.
Right.
So I think that's one of our biggest
You'll know right away if there's an issue, because the train will go happily and then it'll just stop whenever it gets to that dead rail. At least the trains that I dealt with. I guess they might just stop at the target. So I noticed, so I guess an easy way to mitigate that is that you have some alligator clips. You just kind of clip on, each of them, and that kind of keeps it running.
We find out which one's loose. Yeah. When we find out which one's missing, we think put alligator clips on it, or we have zip ties and pull them together tight.
Yeah.
And get it tighter together. Yeah.
Which, when they first started, we started with that inside track.
So the very farthest from us?
Yeah, and then the third track, once the overall power, 15 years ago, my brother and Tim, my brother being Roger Holland and Tim Smith, right?
Yep.
They started this with power, but then on come Greg with a steam-powered locomotive. So we have two of them now, and actually at 2:30 we're part of the show here, and they fire them up. There's an actual fire inside of them, run off of alcohol, and they run the outside track all by steam.
Are they any faster at all?
No.
So they're actually
They run about the same.
Interesting.
We don't need electric on the track.
Right.
They're running on steam.
Right.
And one of them runs off of alcohol fuel, and the other one runs off of butane. So they're steam locomotives, yeah.
I assume it's kind of similar to like RC cars that run like the alcohol and the small engines for the RC cars.
Kind of like, except for you got to think it's been wait for 15 to 20 minutes for it to steam up the power. So it's not instantaneously.
It's just kind of like a real locomotive.
Yeah, so you got to wait for it to steam up to 50 pounds, and then you run it. And they run it for about 20 to 25 minutes.
That's pretty cool, actually.
It's really cool.
That's how long it lasts.
Yeah, we actually have 3 of them. I just got a brand new one that runs off the pole, but we haven't ran it yet.
That's so interesting.
We do it at 2:30 every day. We take the outer track, outer electric one off, and run the steam on it. So if anybody wants to come and see,
You can actually see the
tomorrow
smoke
at
rolling out and
2:30.
all that.
Yeah, the smoke. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of smoke, but it is interesting just to know it's on its own.
Yeah.
And we put people around the track just in case it wants to decide to run away. Go crazy train.
Yeah. Huh?
Sometimes they do.
In a can?
Well, they did. Sometimes we have 4 or 5 cars behind the steam locomotive, and then when if one of them comes loose, then the steam locomotive takes off.
Takes
You know,
off.
it doesn't have to stop doing anything.
Right, and the drag is key for, I guess, a governor.
And, and these the electric ones kind of the same way. If it loses their cars
Yeah.
behind it, they'll take off. Yeah. Yeah, so we got to watch the derailment and stuff like that. So
Which I'm sure is common enough.
Yeah, there's always somebody got to be here watching these things go. We can't just let them go by
Yeah.
themselves.
Because as soon as you walk away from it, that's when they all derail.
And it's not really a cheap hobby. You know, there's some money in some of this stuff.
for sure. Like kind of like Lionel. I don't know if Lionel is kind of. Did it even do G scale?
I don't know.
A little, but they're not big and they're not the good ones. USA train is probably top notch.
The steamers are active fast.
Yeah, I used to. My mom has a Lionel set back when she was a kid. Still has the box.
Want to sell it?
Want to sell it? Well, it's my mom, so I'll ask her. Well, anyway, we'll finish things up here, but thank you guys so much for kind of showing some experience.
If you want to take a little video of the steamers, they're sitting over there
Yeah?
on the outer rail over there.
Kids love it. Yeah, I mean, that's gotta be awesome.